Hello everyone. Welcome again. Finally, I can stream again. Last week I couldn't because I got a new puppy actually, so I was really busy with getting him feel at home. But I'm back today, so I'm really happy about today's topic, the thing that we'll be going through. So please let me know if the microphone and music is okay. I checked, should be good, but it's always nice to hear from you. So yeah, what we'll be doing today. I saw this YouTube comment a while ago. Nick asked, what do I use to make animation visuals for the video, especially the visual at 238. So I'm gonna show you this visual because so you get a context. So this is the making reusable pixel art animations video, and here is the animation that this guy was talking about. So we have this rectangle moving from left to right, and showing how like the color mapping works. So this is the animation that he's talking about, and well, I used PixiEditor for that. Actually, I can show you in a second how I did it and how you can do it, because it's much more simple that you can think. Okay, music is a little loud, so I'm gonna make it a little quieter. All right, I made this a little more quiet. Should be better now. Thank you, Buzz, for letting me know. So yeah, all right. Let's take a look at this animation. Actually, I don't have this animation on my disk, or maybe I do, but I don't remember where. Actually, I don't want to dig through all the files now. I have like hundreds of Pixie files on my computer due to all the testing and everything. So I'm gonna show you how I did it from scratch. Actually, let's create a simple file, and it is actually just a frame-by-frame animation. So when I create, for example, pixel art rectangle, let's make it, I don't know, like this, and be white. Okay. So yeah, this is the basic block. I have turned on a timeline on the top, and I am on version 2.1.0.11, which is not released. It's a dev release. It's actually not even a dev release. It's a debug release. It contains the latest changes from master on GitHub, but it's not yet published. So there might be some bugs, but I wanted to show you the most latest and hot things. It's because it's quite interesting. There is a proposal on our website. I'm gonna show it to you. So here we have the website, and below there is a open roadmap with proposals. So for PixiEditor 2.1, there is timeline improvements. It was quite requested by users because in the current stable version, the timeline and raster frame-by-frame animations are a little clunky. The UX is not perfect. So if you click on it, you can read everything about the proposal. There are links to discussions on the forum and so on. So yeah, and today I can actually show you how the animation timeline works now after a little rework and overhaul. So I can go to animated slime in the example files, and as you can see, the timeline looks similar, but also a little different. Yeah, longer cells. So this is a one cell. This is a one cell, one cell, one cell. But this is also a one cell. And in the previous stable versions, or the current stable version, the UI looked a little different. So there was this like one cell with a long black bar, but now it's a one long cell with repeated frames. So like as you can see, I can make it longer and shorter, and the amount of slimes in here just change, but it's a one cell, just a longer one. So with new changes, the UX and UI, I can now actually drag the cells, and all the other cells will but nicely move around. So I can reposition them, and all other cells will adjust its position, no more overlapping, and it's much more pleasant to the eye as well. From the other things, I can and make the cell longer, and this longer cell on the right will shorten when I move it, and this works both ways. So let's do this and move it around. So now when I move it to the left, it shortens. I think it's pretty cool. It's not final actually, because we are still yet pending. We need testers for this, so people will need to actually test it and tell if it's working well, if it feels good, and so on. So this is a hot preview, let's say. So yeah, this is how the new timeline looks. There's also some changes with how it works. So when I click and create a new cell, the other cells on the right are just moving to the right. So I can just insert cells in the middle. Also, as you can see, when I click the new cell, it flies from the left to the right. I think it's cool. Yeah, so this is one thing. The other thing that cells now do is that I can now just move my cursor in here and start drawing. That's it, and it creates a new cell, so no need to manually click add empty frame or duplicate frame. So when I click the arrows, I can just this, and as you can see, cells are creating. It should be much more pleasant to work with. So yeah, this is from the UX changes. Let's come back to our sample from the video. So here I have my rectangle, and actually I can now just create an empty frame in here and move this guy around. So let's move it here, or maybe, yeah, let's duplicate it and move it around. And as you can see, it moves around. Oh yeah, it's actually perfect. Yeah, basically this is the whole idea. When I go to the next frame and duplicate it, do this and so forth. So when I play it, it's a little too fast, but you get the idea. Maybe 12 frames even per second. Oh, way too fast. Yeah, so basic frame by frame animation. I can show you the video again, so you have a comparison. Yep, here it is. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Basic raster frame by frame animation, nothing fancy. But it looks nice. Yeah? I use DaVinci Resolve to combine everything together because, well, for example, this transitions, which we will see in a second. Oh yeah, something like this. It's actually made in DaVinci, so I used a combination of PixiEditor and DaVinci. And but you know, I'm not an expert, but it looks decent, I'd say. However, with the PixiEditor 2.1, there are a lot of new features that will actually help with making even better and more advanced animations. And this is what I want to dig into today. It's more of a play around thing. It's not going to be a tutorial or anything like this. I want to make, for example, a loader, like the CSS loader, something, one of these. I'm gonna play around and try replicating them. And maybe some transitions and so forth. So yeah, that's the plan for today. And the base in that way, that looks like pencil, other yeah. Automatic creation of new cells where your cursor is. I mean, yep, I agree. This is very useful. And there was a lot of feedback from the users about the timeline, which was a big pain point of the current PixiEditor version. So that's what we are improving, and this is what proposals on our website and roadmap are. So anything that bothers you, you can just create a proposal, open it, and we'll discuss everything. I really recommend and encourage you to do it because, well, this is a open source project that is here's its users, right? It's not just my thing, right? PixiEditor is great because we are building it together. Mic is cutting out. Okay, let me check. Okay, sorry about tapping. Let's see. Is it better now? I'm gonna wait before I continue with the audio. I'm actually gonna check on the stream. Is it better now? I'm gonna wait before I continue with the audio. Okay, seems better. I'm actually gonna check on the stream. Oh yeah, it stopped buzzing. I heard the buzzing, but now I've got a feedback, I think. Yeah, that was a mic feedback. It's sad it's a hardware feedback because there's not much. No, there's not much I can do about the hardware except disconnect it, tap it a little, and toggle the knobs. Better now, except for feedback. What do you mean, except for feedback? Okay, let me check again and do about the hardware. Okay, sounds good now. All right, great, I'm happy. Let's come back to our animations. I think 64 by 64 is good enough. And there will be a lot of node graph today. I'm not gonna make a lot of frame by frame animations because it's pretty much self-explanatory. Like you just draw something, create something, move to new cell and do it again. This is not something I want to do because well, I want to make something more sophisticated. And there will be a lot of node graph with this. Okay, so as I said, I'm gonna play around because I don't have a ready recipe for these loaders, for example, but I think we need to start with a circle because, well, we're gonna have a circle. Yeah, so let's go to our node graph and we have a ellipse, which is a circle. Each circle is an ellipse actually. But not each ellipse is a circle, yeah. Okay, so let's go to and create maybe path. This is a new node, pattern on path. I'm gonna show how it works actually. I'm not gonna try to explain it because it's better to show than to say with words, right? Okay, so the pattern on path node has a shape as an input and fill. These are two most important inputs because it actually draws a raster image on top of a shape. Like, oh yeah, I said I'm gonna show it instead of explaining and started explaining. But so yeah, let's just do it. I'm gonna create a image. So let's draw something. So we have something to show. So custom output. I'm gonna use custom output to preview my pattern. Hello Blue Deck, you're late but you did not miss much. So you can always watch the replay of the beginning. We are making a spinner now. Some animation of a spinner. So here is my pattern and I can now, I don't know, make some pattern. Maybe choose a different brush. Yeah, brushes are in 2.1. Really cool stuff. Okay, that's it can do for now, this pattern. And so we have a new layer in here, which is our pattern, and let's put it to content. Okay, maybe let's change the size so it feels more, well, the space in here. Okay, So as you can see, here is our pattern, the blue strips, which is on, let's call it a pattern layer, and it is placed on top of a ellipse, or more like it traverses the ellipse, right on like the edges, and places this raster pattern on top. There are a few modes, one of which is place along and stretch to fit. So as you can see, stretch to fit, it's sort of places the pattern and bends it so it fits the circle. While place along is just placing like on top and does not do any stretching. So yeah, as you can see when I move the spacing, so space between one and the other stamp, it's like changes accordingly. So when I have a 3, for example, in here with, oh yeah, it does not update automatically. So when I have a 3, those strips, it just places them in the 3 places, but when I set stretch to fit, it like tries to stretch everything. It looks pretty nice. So I think this is a good node to try to make our spinner with, because we can define the rotation, like the pattern, and modify it so it fills the circle accordingly. I can show it to you how, for example, scale node can influence this little pattern. So let's take it maybe, and we're gonna scale it. Well, actually, maybe I can do it with just a matrix in here. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, we are stretching. Great. Maybe let's move a center so it stretches in both positions. Okay, so we have a stretching. And as you can see, the circle is definitely moving. I have 3 stretches, so perhaps when I change it so it's only 1, like this, I can now manipulate the scale the way that it acts like a spinner. I don't know, let's see. I can already see that it does it from the 2 sides in here. But that's alright. I want to see it in full scale, so let's take a time node in here and maybe multiply it with, there is 2.8, so 2.8 normalized time, and we are multiplying the normalized time, so the value between 0 and 1 by 2.8, so the end of animation is actually 2.8, and combine vector. I wonder what, oh, the Y is also cool. Oh, I'm gonna play around Y later, but let's do it with X now. Okay, let's play. Amazing. I love it. Fantastic animation. Okay, what went wrong in here? So I'm taking the normalized time, multiplying by 2.8 and scaling. Curious. Wonder what happened. It looks like it should work, but let's do more debugging. 2.8. We're combining, so X is set to scale. So there's 2.8.0. Okay. And nothing. Okay. Interesting. Well, I wonder what's happening. Okay, so the value is, we are at, I don't know, after the half, so the value is 1.88, which is good, and we are, oh, the scale is 0, of course. Well, that's something. It's interesting, yeah, it's interesting, but that's not yet our loader. I wonder if you put a sine in here, so, or maybe cosine, we'll see. I want it to now fill and come back. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I think I also need to multiply it by 2 so it works the way I want, but let's play around a little. Okay, yeah. Cosine, sine. Okay, let's multiply it by, I think we need to multiply it by 2. Or if not, I'm gonna open up Desmos because I don't... I keep forgetting how the sinus and cosinus are on the graph. So yeah, multiply by 2 and x, alright. Okay, so maybe let's debug the values. So it's 1 in here, 0.9 in here, by 3.14. I think we need to multiply it by pi. Oh yeah, by pi, of course. Okay, that's already a... This is something I could put in a video game. So with, well, that would be something that would fit like the loading screen, or I don't know, saving set state. I like it, it's really nice. Cosmic Shuriken is asking, what UI library are you using? If you're asking about UI library for PixiEditor, it's Avalonia UI. Really cool UI framework. Open source and works cross-platform. Okay, that's a cool spinner. Let's try something else now. But maybe I would like the spinner to like not be mirrored, because right now it's mirrored and goes from the top and bottom to the right, and I would want it to go like okay, yeah, like this, like, okay, maybe different brush, like, and now convex, like something like this. I can use a brush eraser to show it better, like here, and okay, got them. And like this. This is a spinner I want, so let's try it. I think I think that we need to do something with the pattern. Although, let's check. I wanted to play around spacing maybe a little. I wonder what that's gonna do. Oh, okay. It's a little more square now, but does exactly what I wanted. Oh no, this is cool. Not not entirely the way I wanted, but still really cool. Okay, let's try do it more properly. Okay, what if I put 0? Oh yeah, 0 is actually placing the amount of patterns that just fill the whole circle. It tries to automatically do it, while when I make it more than 0, I manually place it. So this is pixels. So every X pixels. Okay. Okay, maybe there's a sweet spot. But I don't think so. I think we need to change something to do it the way I want. Okay. Oh no. Yeah, it needs to be in here. Oh yeah, now it does this nice circle, but it's the edges are rough. Too rough, definitely too rough. Okay, I think we need to try something with the create image, so like our pattern is a little different. So let's come back to our original shape. Yeah, like this. And I suppose that we need to place a maybe not a matrix, but let's try tile node. Tile node always helps. Oh, but not in here. I believe we need to put the tile node before the create image, so we can edit it before it is put on the image. Although maybe with the rough edges we could just increase the resolution of the pattern. I don't know, I'll try later. So maybe let's go. Oh, of course. Oh, so many create images. It should also return the image. That's something I am keen on doing. Okay, so let's see, offset maybe. Okay. Wait, I have an idea. I'm gonna sidetrack a lot today. As I said, I'm playing around, and this always results in sidetracking a lot from the original idea. Because there is this cool thing, another cool thing. Yeah, it's really hard sometimes to keep focused on one thing. So let's go math and not math, combine vector. I just want to move it in one axis, not two axes. I don't know, with x, I think y, and multiply it by, oh no, like x. Okay. I thought it's gonna be more cool. I think we need to solve the halving problem, like the 2 points, two directions problem, before we can play with these kind of things like offset. Okay, yeah, let's do it. So offsetting in Y position, which probably won't help. Of course it won't. So let's try X, maybe. No, offsetting won't help in here. Or maybe mirror. So let's try random things from the list, because it's the best way to do things, of course. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Let's try the big resolution solution. So let's increase the resolution of our pattern. Can I just... Oh, that's gonna be blurry. Yuck. But let's try. So now when I increase the resolution, I need to change the size in here. I think I can just plug this into here, of course. Oh, what a mess. What a mess. It's way too big. I think I need to scale it first. Scale down again. Oh, wait, here I have my scale. But let's take one more scale and let's put it to center position, and now maybe half. If that's not gonna... Okay. Okay. It's better. Maybe it doesn't make a full circle, but it's definitely something. Maybe let's play it with spacing now. Oh, I don't think the spacing is gonna help, because the image ends before it can fill the entire circle. Maybe offsetting it would help. Not scale, offset. The secret to procedural animations is tons of math nodes and matrix operations. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that, but it's all math. It always has been. And a little playing around and checking random things. That's too. But it's math, right? Okay, let's chain more matrices again. So now scale, scale, and offset. Okay, no, that's not. I thought it's gonna help. Anyway, alright, I'd say this spinner is complete. One of our spinners. Let's not waste more time on it. It looks cool. It definitely definitely looks like some kind of loader spinner or something like this. I will save it so I can play around it later, maybe make something better. Spinner. It doesn't look like any of the CSS spinners, but as I said, that was just playing around. So actually, let's use the new PixiEditor features now to make like the animation composition. So, for example, when I create a new file, for example, I'm making a video that is, I know, one on, let's say presets for full HD, yes, and I want to put this spinner onto this document so I can compose my video scene in here. So I can just go to the spinner I just saved here as a open Explorer, and I can drag it to the scene. It is opened. It is added to the layers as a embedded document. So when I play the animation, we have our little spinner in here. I can place as many of them as I want, of course. Also, each of them is like individual in some sense. I can edit them individually, but I also can edit them in batch. So when I go to the original file, and for example, I don't know, maybe make it a little... maybe let's give it a grayscale filter, because why not? When I give it a grayscale filter and save the original file, all of them update in here. Really convenient. I can compose like a lot of animated elements on one canvas. Really useful. But grayscale is terrible for visibility, so I'm just gonna come back to this. Okay, so for example, I made some kind of animation earlier, so which is animations, I believe. Text flying in. Oh yeah. I'm gonna remove the spinners, they are not useful right now. So here I have my Pixie file with animations, with animation, and let's make it bigger, and now it should just like flies in. PixiEditor 2.1. So here it's also made in PixiEditor fully with node graph. So let's say this is on the beginning. After that, I wanted to... Oh, it's longer. Oh, that's interesting. It cuts before it flies up. I never saw that actually, that if I go beyond the animation, it flies up. Really cool. But anyway, yeah. So let's, for example, make a scene where this text appears, then disappears, and some informations pop in. So like, I don't know, brushes, blackboard, and some animations. Something like this, and we'll have some kind of animated intro to the video. Let's see. So I'm gonna compose this out of a few elements. So first is this my fly-in, which I already have in here, and the rest will like pop in elements. I'm gonna make a separate Pixie file for this. So it's gonna be rectangle, for example. So I want this to go like so I'm gonna have this element, and I want it to like go and pop in with nice animation here. So let's do it. Let's go to the node graph. Here is our element. Maybe I don't want actually any kind of image in here. We're gonna make it fully generic. Let's close the screenshot, some cleanup on our editor. Okay, here we are. So there is this blackboard in the top left, which I can use to define my inputs to the layer. So let's take, for example, paintable. No, paintable? painter or paintable. I forget which one is the orange input. I think it's painter. Yeah, I think it's painter, but we'll see. Let's call it, I don't know, element. So now when I go and create a Blackboard variable value, I can take my element and place it onto scale. So scale, so image, output, and scale will be animated. So let's go and make it, let's take a time, and easing, this is actually gonna be very simple. So in easing type, I'm gonna pick, for example, an out, in out, or no, maybe not in out, just out, quad. Let me show you what easings are. Is easings.net. There is this nice website. Oh no, not this one. Wait, sorry. Easings. Oh yeah, here it is. So each easing function generally defines how value from 0 to 1 should be evaluated. So it's a function that transforms this 0 to 1 value to some kind of easing effect. So as you can see, I chose out cubic, I think. The is in means that the beginning of the animation will be eased. It will be like starting from 0 to like to the target value. So the beginning will be slower and faster, while out means that the beginning is like linear. It goes from boop and then it is eased. So when there is in and out, both start and end are smooth. We're just gonna use out because I want to pop the elements. Like so it's fast on the beginning and it just smoothed at the end. So I'm just gonna use out. Oh yeah, let's go. So out quad. Let's try this one and let's place it into the scale. We also need to put a center. So I think we can define it as a not a size, as a vector, just a vector. Let's call it center. Center. Okay, great. And also Blackboard variable center into center. So that's it. That's the whole easing graph, I think. Let's see. I'm gonna save it to pop in. And let's go back to our composition scene. Now I can go to the Explorer and take my pop in right here. It's gonna be empty for now, but that's because I made it generic. It doesn't have any content. Let's fill it with content. So I have a, there should be now, as long as it's not bugged in this my development version, but let's see. I'm just gonna do it this way. Nested document. If not, I'm just gonna switch back to development version because it was working in development version. The inputs should appear in here. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna open the latest development version. Should be no problem. So I'm gonna save this as our composition. And let me just close it and open again. Ashcon, word, it's like mix of Unity and A-Sprite. Yeah, kind of accurate. You can put Blender, GIMP, Photoshop into the mix as well. Yeah. Okay, let's go to our composition. Okay, so here we are. Oh, of course, it's not a bug. I forgot to expose it. Let's come back to our pop-in. I think I forgot to expose it. Okay, let's come back to development version. I'm gonna use a rider, like this is a program I write PixiEditor in, so it's compiling from source. Okay, pop in. Oh, maybe it's not saving. Oh, that would be sad. But I think I can come back and save it in the dev version. Sorry for the confusion. but I always like to use the development version to show things because, well, I think it contains the latest changes I made, but also latest bugs. Okay, vector, let's go to center again. It's exposed actually by default. There is this nice eye and painter. Let's call it not painter. What was it called? Content? I don't know. Let's call it content. So there is a content and there is a center. So now when I save this, it should work, but we'll see. Composition. Pop in. Let's go again. I'm gonna choose something else. For example, loader, and now pop in. Ah, damn it. That's sad. I think we can get around it because it actually should appear in here. The two inputs should appear in here that we defined. These ones, but it's not. But it's fine. I can just do this. Copy. Paste and here we have it. Oh, wow! Now it shows. Thank you, PixiEditor. Thank you for being cooperative each time. Okay, let's see if it works then. Image, for example, image layer, and let's go here. And it crashed. Okay, fair enough. So let's come back to my latest changes and copy paste and go forward with everything. It's gonna work in the next development version, I promise. Okay, so it's not in here, so I'm gonna delete it, but open it in a separate file. There is always a workaround. I was about to ask if you really meant GIMP, apparently so. Well, it's not GIMP, I just said that you can put into the mix GIMP. It's not like I used GIMP as a reference how I should make PixiEditor. The GIMP is cool, alright? This is a good program. You can do a lot of it. You just need patience and you can do everything. It's open source. That's what really matters. So is PixiEditor, of course. Yeah, okay. So we are gonna plug the center manually. So let's go with the image. Maybe our image will be a rectangle for now, just like a placeholder. So here we have a rectangle. We can rasterize it and put it in here. And the center of our rectangle, it's gonna be, I don't know, let's put it at 512 and 512 for now, just to see if it works good. Oh, there it is. It pops in. A bit too fast, but it pops in. Let's maybe make it, let's make the animation 5 seconds for now, so it's gonna pop in long. Oh yeah, that's a long popping. But we want quick pop, but between some frames, not like throughout the whole timeline. Because remember, we need to have this text appear on the start, like our amazing video, PixiEditor 2.1. It's also slow because every animation right now is like adjusting to whole length of the timeline. There is one handy note that can help with fixing that. One of which is called how is it called? I forgot. Remap, of course, it's a remap. It remaps one value range to the other, of course. So yeah, okay, so gonna remap the time, the normalized time. So let's say we want to make the animation appear, I don't know, at the half, in the middle, for example. So new minimum, it's gonna be between half and between 50% and 60% of the animation. Okay, this is a good way to explain it, and normalize time as a value in here. So let's see. Oh yeah, I need to connect it first. Oh, it's big. Why is it so big? Okay, it's remapping. Okay, yeah, of course, the animation doesn't just disappear, of course. I think we need to clamp it. Clamp. Will this work now? Oh, not well. Oh, yep, here we have it. And it doesn't disappear, which is good, actually. Which is good. Let's go. Ashkan asks, is there a code view? Does it output in CSS? I've been under the rock for 5 years. So no, it does not display the code because the graph is like, let's say, a programming language in itself, meaning that PixiEditor is an interpreter for every single node, and it doesn't compile it into any kind of code. So each node like has its own logic, and it responds to the inputs and outputs, where PixiEditor is like an interpreter. We are working on an experiment called Folklore, which is a custom programming language for like the node graphs. So each node would actually be a Folklore code that will be able to run outside of PixiEditor, but it's very early in the progress. However, there is a shader node which you can use, and you can just write a shader in here. A normal GPU shader. It's in SKSL language. It's very similar to GLSL and HLSL, but with a little flavor. We have a documentation on the website with mini SKSL guide. So if you're interested, check it out. Okay. The only way to like the export animation for now, besides doing the saving as Pixie, is to like render it to GIF, for example, or APNG, because I actually added support for APNG, which is animated PNG. So there's a GIF, animated PNG, MP4, and something else, I think. Or no, that's all. Let's see. So there's APNG, GIF, GIF, not GIF, GIF, GIF. It's G on the start, not G, GIF, and MP4. Yeah. So where was I? Oh, wrong file. Yep, here we have it. I don't like this easing though. Alt quad looks meh. Maybe out. Outbounce is always fun. Oh, it's so long. I should have made it shorter. Oh yeah, it's cool. There's, I think, out elastic maybe will be the best. So let's maybe do this. Oh yeah, I like this effect. Boop. Yep, fantastic. Okay. Let's make it bigger. 256 by 256. Although actually, I don't want to make it with graph. I just want to create a normal layers, draw on them, and make them pop in. So here we have our folder. So pop, I'm gonna call it pop in one. And here in the content, maybe I'm gonna create a normal layer for now. So let's see. Okay, yeah. First, let's make the animation 1 second because I'm tired of waiting. And Emeka says that the image is frozen. Please let me know if the image is frozen for anyone else, or it's just a your thing now, Emeka. So I'm gonna keep doing things until someone tells me that the image is really frozen. Like more people. Okay, the center is messed up, so let's put the center position into center. Ashcon, thank you. I really like this project, so I'm gonna keep working on it until, I don't know, my death maybe. We'll see. Probably not, but until I die. But that depends when I die. Okay, too far, never mind. Let's just... Thank you again. Okay, what is it? Why is it so fast now? You did not realize that this is my software. Well, it's not entirely mine. I wrote most of the code for it, and I started it, and I'm the main contributor and maintainer, but there are plenty of other people who helped me with this. Starting from contributors, of course, on the GitHub, and everyone who translated, because we have like 11 languages in here. So as I said, it's a community project. I'm just maintaining it and leading it, let's say. Yeah. Okay. Why does it pop so fast now? Maybe elastic is to... I mean, no, it maybe increase the range, so... Oh, I know why. I made it 1 second. And it's in percentages, so... The jump between 50% and 60% when the animation is 1 second is way shorter than if it's 5 seconds. So it should be normal when I move it to 5 seconds now. Oh yeah, here we have. So I can now, I don't know, make some nice info in here. For example, amazing feature. In here. I know, let's give it a funky font. Where is Comic Sans? There it is. As every good video should use. Amazing feature one. Great. So I could use an icon in here. So PixiEditor actually uses a mix of Lucide icons, and we made a lot of icons ourselves too, so from scratch. Really cool library of icons. I recommend using them. I think Obsidian also uses them. I believe Obsidian, the app for notes. A lot of projects uses them. Really cool. Okay, let's take our citrus. Amazing feature will be a citrus. So citrus. Okay, we have 2 citruses for some reason. I need to note down the bugs from the stream. Oh no, wait, stream is saved, so I can watch it later. I'm actually using streaming as a testing PixiEditor as well, because it's sometimes hard for me to just sit and play with PixiEditor myself and do some things without a big purpose. But when I'm streaming, I'm actually forced to try out new things, that some ideas pop into my mind, and this is how I'm finding bugs. So the fact that I am using a debug version in here, not anything stable, is because I want to find the bugs. Okay, our melon is in place. Amazing feature 1. Oh yes, fantastic. It needs a background, actually. Let's put a background in here. Okay, I'm feeling like in high school again. PowerPoint presentations and so on just come back to me. Okay, there it is. Oop. Okay, it would be great to now copy this. It would be much easier if the Blackboard thing worked and I could just use multiple files like this nested separate Pixie files for popping, so I can just connect my content and it pops again. But well, that's the bug for today to fix. So I'm just gonna copy paste. Oh yeah, copy pasting, my precious. Copy pasting layers is a little different to copy pasting arbitrary nodes. So when I copy this and paste, it's copied like this, but when I copy paste layers, it actually tries to place them properly, because this is the same logic as I would do it in here. So Control V, Control V, Control C, Control V. So it's gonna be messed up a little when I copy this, but maybe when I disconnect it, it's gonna be easier. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, water time. Whoa, so you add things in the canvas and it generates a node graph. Well, yes, every layer in PixiEditor is a node. So when I go in here and, for example, I have my citrus in here, text in here, rectangle, when I click like a new layer, it just pops right in. And this is a normal raster layer, so I can draw on it. And of course it's gonna be animated as well. Yep. Yeah, this is really cool. Modules baked into the software that can be shared amongst users. Yeah, this is the whole idea behind this nested files, like these nested layers. So this, for example, is an SVG. I can open it, and it opens it as a separate file, citrus.svg, and I can just edit it, and that's it. That's all. I can share this file, and anyone can just put it into their layers, and it's gonna work the same way. Very useful, especially for composing. Okay, let's come back and copy paste everything again. So maybe I can just copy paste the folder. Oh yeah, here I have my folder. Okay, let's just move these layers. Okay, yeah, the whole graph is now messed up. Okay. Okay, time to manual fixes. Let's take the melon, citrus. There we go, one citrus. So here we have one amazing feature text. This is what I want. I want the background as well, so just disconnect it, and yeah, I think there's a folder. There's a folder. This is a citrus. This is a citrus. Oh, there's no folder in here. Okay, two folders are in here. Okay, what a mess. I should have merged it into a one layer and call it a day, but well, it is what it is. Okay, so text, rectangle, text. Here we have text, rectangle, citrus. Okay. Way too many layers. I don't know what happened in here. I don't know if that was a bug or just my incompetence in copy pasting, but I think it's good now. Okay, so let's take our second pop in, and let's put it into a scale as well. Yeah. Oh, we need to connect the center here. It's cool because folder node automatically calculates the center position based on the tight bounds. So for example, it calculates where the content of the raster layer is without the transparent edges, and the same works for vector layers as well. Although it's easier for vector layers because, well, it's all math, so no need for pixel by pixel checking. Okay, let's have our amazing features. So here's one, our first amazing feature card, and there's the second. I'm gonna put it one under another so it's a little easier to understand what's happening. And let's merge them. We can use merge node for that. Oh, there's my, okay. So this will be on top, this will be on bottom. It doesn't really matter, they won't overlap. We just need to change now when the second pop in will appear, because right now it's gonna pop at the same time and at the same place. So here we want to do it at 0.6 and 0.7. So it appears one after another. And the X is gonna be, these are connected to X. Okay, so it's clamped properly. All right. and now it's gonna be in scale, I think. Okay, the very last thing to do is to connect the merge into our output, and here we have our two layers. Is there a folder? There's a folder and there's a folder, but I'm missing something. Let's see. The folder just... oh, okay, no, the order is correct, I think. Yeah, the order is correct. I think just the previews are incorrect. That's fine. Center position, and now we need to move it. So here's slide, choose text and rectangle. Let's move it a little. Okay, amazing picture. 2. Amazing picture 2. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2. Okay, almost. It's the center of the second scale is not correct. Oh, right. What did I do? Why the top is disconnected? Pop in 1. Okay. Okay, so there are 2 folders now, and let's call it pop in 2. 1, 2. Okay. It appears, but still the center is not correct. I wonder why. Center is in here. Center position. Maybe I'm just gonna delete the folder and do it again. I don't know if it's gonna help, but always good to try. Ashkan asks, I'm sorry, where does it get the name Amazing Picture 2? Okay, it is not in the node graph, it's a part of the text layer. So I clicked on the text layer, I used the text tool in here, and my cursor appeared. I can now edit it. That's why I changed it from 1 to 2. Yep, okay, so the folder is still not behaving correctly, which is fine. But let's just recreate it. It's gonna be easier if I recreate it. I think there is some issue, or a skill issue. I don't know. I don't feel like finding out why it didn't work. I just wanted to make it work. It's simple enough, so I can recreate it again. And maybe red. Amazing feature. Let's put it here. Okay. Amazing feature 2. And let's copy the melon again. I copied it and it's here. Okay. There we got a second melon. Let's move it down here. Okay. The graph is a little ugly, let's make it a little more clean. Okay, and let's connect the center position to the center. Let's go. Oh yeah. Amazing feature 1, amazing feature 2. Great. I like it. Which is fine is a new motto for me. Yeah, exactly. Remember, you need to improvise when things don't go the way you want it to. And you'll always come up on top. Unless you don't, then no. Okay, yeah, this is great. What else I want to put here? I think... oh yeah, there was this text fly in that I wanted to put in the middle. So let's maybe do it. Although I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it correctly. Oh, I will. I have an idea. There's always an idea. Which is fine. Okay, so we need to merge the merge and the text fly in. So, the top, and now it goes to the... yeah, okay, let's just do it this way. Okay, so let's see. Pause. not exactly. So this is what this is what my idea is. Normally, I should expose a, for example, animation time in here in the blackboard, and just make the normalized time for this nested layer be correct, but the nested inputs for some reason doesn't work today, so let's just change the opacity of the layer and call it a day. Value from 0 to 0 and 5, and now from from 0.49 to 0.5 and from 1 to 0. So it just switches. Ah, I shouldn't use remap for this. Okay, well, okay. Interesting. Okay, let's try again. Old min, old max. 0.49 to 0. Oh yeah, I think I need to clamp it again. Let's do it. Here we have PixiEditor 2.1, amazing feature 1, amazing feature 2. Yes. Amazing. I know I said the title that the title says beautiful animations. Well, the animations are really nice. There is a content with which is a little different, but it presents the idea really well. So there we have it. There is some video with 3 animations made entirely in PixiEditor, procedurally, what a hard word. And I really want to put this concept, make this concept work much more complex in the future. I want to make these nested things work again, so maybe in the next live stream I can actually do something with them properly. But I think this is, I'll call it a day for now. Let's put the spinner I made on the start here. So we have the spinner. This is everything we've made today. Except the spinner doesn't... Oh yeah, here it is. I wonder why it appears later. Ah, it doesn't matter. It's somewhere in here. Yeah, okay. I think that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll try to prepare something. I don't have a topic for the live stream next week because I want to stream every week. So I think I'm gonna post on the Discord server. Make sure to join the Discord server with the schedule for the next live streams, and yeah. Thank you guys, and see you in the next week. Bye.